My name is Samantha Ghanian.
My name is Shantella.
And I'm positively black.
I'm British-born Jamaican. I was brought up in West London and also in South London.
I'm half Irish and my mum is West African from Ghana, but I'm born in Lewisham, Southeast London.
It's very hard to describe myself in one sentence because I do so many different things. I am an artist, model, event planner, a few bits more.
I'm autistic and things. It takes me longer to interpret the world the way normal people do, if that makes sense.
Being black in the UK is very bonkers. Went to a school that was predominantly full of white people. My family was the only black family in the school. Then I went to high school, which was a mixture of different people. That was the first time I'd been around like African people, people from different cultures. But then to go to a workplace where I was the only black woman again, it's just crazy. So being a black person in London, it go from one extreme to another extreme. And then you have all these expectations of what you should be like, how you should speak. It's confusing. It's very confusing. But I just do me.
Confusing. On my aunt's side, I have to act as if I'm totally black, and on my dad's side, I have to act like not totally white, but sort of just embrace more of the white sides. There's no middle. People think I'm being rude to both sides of myself, but of course I love myself, so why would I want to be ignorant?
There was one time I went to church and they said, hey guys, does anyone have a business? And I told the pastor my business, but I'm doing art and meditation. And she was just like, well, that's amazing. But the Western people do art and the Indian people do meditation. So maybe think about something else. So I got a bit annoyed at that because I was thinking that black women, black people should be allowed to do both of these things. So we should be able to do art, we should be accepted in the galleries and do whatever we like.
I saw something on Instagram, it was Sweden it was, these white people, and they did blackface. It was really strange because they didn't actually understand. It was just like a festival for them. They were just celebrating this thing. No idea why it was racist, trying to mock black people, but actually they were mocking themselves with the lack of knowledge that they had. I feel kind of lost, actually.
I feel very connected to my heritage.
I think it goes back to my childhood. I was raised by my dad from a young age, and then I moved to my aunt's house. I had an extreme culture shock. I'm used to sort of the Irish, loutish kind of behavior, and then all of a sudden I'm having to get used to this very strict, very regimented, very disciplined African household. Even though I am connected to it, I just haven't found the right spot yet.
I have a mum who was born in Jamaica and my dad was born in the UK, but my mum always speaks about Jamaican stuff and we can always switch it up to patois and have a bit of fun. What I love about being black is the perception. So I see things a bit differently to other people. They may see one thing and I see it completely different due to my upbringing, my culture.
What is there not to love about being mixed race? Experience two different cultures, but in a unique way. It's almost like you are this unique part of the world within yourself.
Food, obviously I love food, so whenever I run out of money or I'm living that artist life, I can make dumplings. My mum taught me how to cook. The reggae scene, dancehall, I love bashment, just the language in general, so you can just switch it up and it's like you have a secret code that you can speak to your family and friends with.
The food, what it represents on both sides of my culture actually is the togetherness. When it's Christmas dinner at my aunt's house, we have English Christmas dinner and we also have a full-on Ghanian buffet, jollof rice, kenkey, the lot. Ireland, it's my dad's, it's the same thing. Basically a 4-day food festival.
So I currently contribute to the community by running art and wellness events and make sure that everybody is invited, help people to have an insight into the fine arts so they're not feeling segregated and they can't access it. It should never be a thing where you can't access this. And also a lot of black people, they do suffer from mental health problems and it has been ignored for a very long time. So I'm very much for helping people and giving them the tools to support their well-being and mental health.
I want to progress by simply saying there are black autistic people. There are mixed race autistic people. Can we just change this stigma? Because a lot of them, including my family, they tend to not they don't believe in such things, or they don't understand these things, or it's automatically you're being rude, and I have to behave in such a robotic way. Especially in the Black community, they need to understand that we matter and we do exist, and there are ways to help you understand, but you have to walk through the door or be willing to walk to the door before I can open it for you.